I have an update on my granny squares that I am making as a personal project for myself, because as we all know, when you knit and crochet and do anything crafty like that, most of the time we tend to make things for other people. So these squares are going to be super special to me. If you're new to my channel, if you're new to this whole vlog that I'm doing on this, basically I am searching out online independent yarn shops, yarn dyers, and trying to find some of the many skeins, hanks, balls of yarn to test out a few different colorways, different types of yarn that I can't find at Michael's or Walmart or Joann or any of those big box type stores. So I'm trying to just expand my yarn horizons, and I am absolutely loving this project. So far, I have purchased from 3 or 4 different places around the country, and I'm trying to hit one store in each state, which is proving to be super difficult because there are so many options, so many different stores, so many different choices. It's really hard to just pick one store and just 2 or 3 little mini hanks. So with all that being said, this is just a little update on the most recent store that I purchased from. This store is from Kentucky. Over the Next Row Knits had so much awesome yarn. I will link the video that I did when I unboxed all of this yarn down below, as well as the link to the website if you're interested in checking out all of the different yarns and colorways and things that they have there. Now, even though I was looking for those mini hanks, just because doing so many different stores is going to create so many different granny squares, so I'm really just looking for those mini hanks and creating as many granny squares as I can from each of those mini type hanks. However, this store did not have the mini hanks, so I wound up, because I couldn't choose, I wound up getting 3 regular size hanks of yarn. And they were super nice. They caked everything up for me, so I didn't have to do it myself, because if you have also been watching, you know that I don't have a yarn winder or any fancy tools to wind yarn. So I just do it by hand, which takes a little bit longer. Doable, but it takes a little bit longer. So like I said, I got 3. 2 were from this HHF, which is really hedgehog fibers, and both of these are from Ireland. So this one, boombox, and that was this. So you can see it's just got some neon vibrant greens and pinks. There's some blue in there. It really pops. So that is boombox. And I'll show you a few of the squares. So there it is in caked up form like that. And there it is in granny shell form. So you can really see how those neon colors just kind of pop. Get one that has a little bit more of that neon green in it. Super, super pretty. And here's the back. I've actually caught up weaving in all of the ends on these newest squares, which I'm really happy about. There's another one. It's got some of the black in there with that neon pink and neon green. So again, there's the caked form, and here are the granny shell squares. And that was HHF Boombox. The other HHF one that I got was called Foam. So again, from Ireland, and the caked up form is this. Very muted sort of pastel colors. So I used almost all of this. I might be able to get one more, maybe. And here is the granny shell square. And all of these basically look the same. They're super pretty. They do have hints of like the neon yellow or green, if you can see that on camera. It's hard to tell, but it does really pop. And I've got tons of these squares. But these would be really pretty if you're looking for like a pastel baby blanket or something. Super pretty though. All right, so that was foam. We've got boombox and foam, and those are both the HHF yarns out of Ireland. Then the third one I got was this Madeline Tosh. And the color that I got on this one in a melon. Here it is in cake form. So very much like a watermelon. We've got those pinks, greens. There's a little bit of like a dark purple. And of course the white in there. And I am in the middle of working one of these squares because I've got just a little bit more left of this. So I should be able to get at least 1, 2, maybe 3 even squares from what I've got left here. Cake form and square form. Now look at how pretty that is. I just love this one worked up. It really does look like a watermelon. And again, all of these squares are pretty similar in how they worked up. Very, very pretty. So I absolutely love trying out these new yarns and seeing how they come out into granny squares and maybe how they would work up in other projects too. So here are all of the granny squares that I've worked up just from those 3 types of yarn, those 3 skeins of yarn. I've got quite a few. I have now decided that I'm probably going to have way too many squares to make just one queen size type throw coverlet out of these. So if that's the case, my next idea is to make little like throw size pillows, depending on how many I have left, of course, make sort of some covers for pillows using these granny squares to kind of tie everything together. But again, we're going to have to see how many squares I come up with and then lay them all out how I want for my blanket and then see what I've got left over, how many I've got, if I can get pillow covers or the size of pillow covers that I can get with any of the extra squares. So again, if you're new to my channel and this whole process that I'm doing, creating 5 round granny squares from fingering or sock weight yarn from a variety of different independent small yarn shops around the country, 1 in each state. Once I've got my granny squares done, I'm going to join them together into a very large, probably, hopefully, queen size cover for myself with maybe some accent pillows that I can cover with some of these extra squares. We'll see. So if you're interested in checking out the virtual shopping that I have done so far, that'll be down below. And in my next video, I will be opening and unboxing some new yarn from the next independent store that I've shopped at. I'm super excited. It's what really motivated me to get some of these caught up because I've been way behind on this project for myself. So again, these are yarns from Over the Next Row Knits out of Kentucky. Check them out. They have some wonderful yarns, super sweet shop owners. Absolutely highly recommend. Yarn works up fantastic. I've had no issues whatsoever. Colors are wonderful. I had a really hard time picking the 3 that I did. She has so many different varieties and colorways, and they're all super fun and unique. So until next time, happy granny square crocheting, everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.